we should be live.
Alright, hi everyone, it's me again with more Sonic, this time Sonic R 100%. Just gonna go right into it. I'm gonna start on this track in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So, Sonic R has 5 different tracks. I have to win all of them in order to get 100% in this game. In addition to winning the races, I have to collect 5 Sonic tokens, as well as 1 to 2 emeralds per race. The emeralds, the Chaos Emeralds, transform Sonic into Super Sonic if you have all of them at the end. And the Sonic tokens unlock a bonus challenge race, where you race the same track again against an unlockable character, and then if you win that race, you unlock the character. So the goal is to get all the Chaos Emeralds and to unlock all the characters. So right now I'm just going around the track collecting everything. I do need a lot of rings, because the emeralds and the coins, the tokens, are often hidden behind ring gates that require you having a certain amount of rings in order to unlock them. So you do have to pay attention to your ring count all the time. Make sure that you have enough. So just in the second lap here to get my last bit of rings that I need 120 to get everything, which I'm gonna pick up now on lap 3. Got plenty enough rings. So the first emerald that I'm gonna pick up is just over here. I have to go through this gate, and once I'm in this gate, the emerald gets shot out of a cannon and drops down from here, and I pick it up like that. Next one is over here. Go through the gate, comes out of this submarine here, and I can pick it up here. So the final coin, I have to go up here, and it's in a bit of a dead end over here in this room. Gotta turn around and just over the finish line, and that's the first level. So now I'm in the challenge race against Metal Knuckles. I've already just beaten this race, and so I don't really want to do it again. So instead of playing this, I'm just gonna turn around and go in this corner and wiggle back and forth. Why does this always happen in marathon runs? I swear, this is consistent. This is not intended. There we go. Okay, we're out of bounds now, so I'm gonna go next to the finish line and do tiny little circles next to it. And you see in the top right, the lap counter. This triggers all the laps, so we're done here very quickly. And now as I cross the finish line, the screen fades out, I pause the game, and I exit out, and that skips the victory animation. So now that I've beaten Metal Knuckles in the challenge race, I unlock him, so I'm immediately gonna switch to him, which is also the reason I do this race first. Now I go to Resort Island. So the reason I want specifically Metal Knuckles is because Metal Knuckles, as well as Metal Sonic, has the ability of jumping over water without losing speed. So there's a lot of water in the stage, and Metal Knuckles makes it very easy to cross the water without losing any speed. In other categories of this game, which most people run, the no out of bounds categories, you actually can change the weather in the options to make everything frozen. So you can just run over the ice instead of having to jump over the water, which is actually faster, so the no out of bounds categories do that. But the problem is if you turn on the ice, the clip outs don't actually work. So you have to deal with the water in this category. So I use the metal character here. So I just need 70 rings, you already have those. 20 rings here for this tunnel to get the coin and run just past it. Fantastic. And 50 rings over there for this tunnel with the emerald in it. Last coin is up here. And over the finish line. So now the challenge race against Metal Sonic. I'm gonna be doing basically the exact same thing as I did in Reactor Factory. Gonna be turning around, nudge myself into a corner, wiggle back and forth until I clip back out, and then do tiny little circles. So these clip outs are pretty random, so they can go really, really quickly, or they can take basically forever if you're unlucky. So if you want a good time in the out of bounds categories, you really have to grind out your luck until you get a run that is decently fast on all the clips. And I'm having terrible luck right here. There we go. That took forever. In that time I could have done 2 regular laps. Oh well. Right, around. Careful I don't clip back in. And over the finish line and cutscene skip and done. Alright. Off to Radical City. Radical City is also very easy to get all the required rings and everything collected within the first 2 laps. So what I'm gonna do here is hold up. I think I made an error here. I might have to fix something really quick. Oh, I'm on random weather. I was supposed to be on clear weather. That's awkward. I was really lucky the first 2 races then. That's never happened to me before. So yeah, as I've said, you need clear weather to do the clip outs, and I was lucky enough that the first 2 races gave me clear weather on random. But right there I had rainy weather, so I noticed something was not right. But yeah, what I'm gonna do here is get everything collected in the first 2 laps and then clip out on lap 3. Because that's still a tiny bit faster, even though the laps are pretty short. So while I do that, probably good to explain how the movement in this game works. So a lot of times you see me like bump into walls and drift into walls and stuff like that. So basically the idea is anytime you're in a drift, you can gain extra speed depending on your angle and your momentum. So a lot of times you're just trying to grind along walls to set yourself up for drifts on straight path, or bump into walls to set up a nice drift around the corner or something like that. So this is what I do here. So the emerald is over here, the last one. And now I'm gonna pick up the last coin and turn around immediately to get to the corner where I clip out. Not the best luck right now. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. Horrible luck this run, but it's fine. We're 5th place right now, but that's gonna change very quickly. And that's Radical City. So now we race against Tailstall, so this is pretty spooky. So far in all my hundreds and thousands attempts of running this game, Tailstall never ate my soul, so I think I should be safe here. But yeah, I'm turning around again, going the same corner. I hope it goes a bit quicker this time. Yep, now it's not too bad. And now again between these pillars and circle around to trigger the laps. And cutscene skip and done. It's never happened before. I mean, I still have my soul as far as I know. And we're past Tail Stall again. So, it looks like I'll keep it. But yeah, last regular stage is Regal Ruin now. I'm switching to Metal Sonic for this one. I'm gonna explain why once I get to it. For now, I'm just going around the track with different routes on each lap to get everything collected. Metal Sonic actually can't do the corner clips that you just saw me do with Knuckles and Metal Knuckles. Not all characters can do them, and Metal Sonic is one of them that can't, but this track has a different sort of clip out that you can use. But for now, I'm just going around the track again. Now going this way, always bumping into walls to set yourself up through the corners. So ring requirement for this one is also pretty easy to get. Already got way enough rings. So here's the coin, and the emeralds are in these weird pyramids. You're supposed to go through the gates in front of them, and then the pyramid opens up and the emerald is inside. But the pyramids lose collision the moment you go through the gate. So you don't have to wait for them to open. But yeah, that's Regal Ruin basically. Just coming up to the end here. Zip around. And over the finish line. So now coming up, now the challenge race, I'm gonna be doing the other clip that I mentioned. This is basically the hardest trick of the run, because it's the only clip that's not entirely luck dependent, so you actually have to time this one. So I'm trying to jump into this bank turn, and I get it first try, excellent. So you basically just gotta do a small hop into the bank turn on the right spot, and you go through. And then you set yourself up in this pillar right here, which is right next to the finish line. And then you can do your circles in here. So this part right here is the reason I switched to Metal Sonic for this level, because Metal Knuckles has a slightly worse turning radius, and underwater it is much worse. And doing this level with Metal Knuckles loses like 10 seconds here on this part, so it's definitely worth switching. But yeah, now I've got all the Chaos Emeralds, which means I get Super Sonic. And Super Sonic is very fast, so I'm going to use him for the last race. So can just go over here. And last race is Radiant Emerald, so there's nothing I have to collect in Radiant Emerald anymore, so I just have to beat this track as quickly as possible. And there's also no real skip for this track. There's something I'm going to try doing here, which is this. But it didn't give me any results. So basically, anytime you slide into a wall in this game, and you have a high speed, which especially you have with Super Sonic, there's a very small chance that the game just kind of gives up and clips you out of bounds. And if that happens on that section at the beginning of the track, you can skip like half of one lap, which saves like roughly 12-13 seconds. But the chance for that is very slim, but you don't waste any time going for it, so it's always good to give it a shot. So maybe we got 2 more chances, maybe we get lucky this run. Nope. But yeah, other than that, you're just trying to collect a lot of rings to go through these shortcuts here, which are behind the ring gates, and to go over these zippers. I haven't really explained these yet. Basically, they send you a set amount of distance, they cap out at 50, and they take away the rings, depending on the distance they send you. So you always want to have 50 rings or more when you go over them to get the max distance. You don't really use them in this run much, because usually you're busy collecting rings to get the collectibles. But since on this track you don't have to collect anything, you can use them without any issues. But yeah, other than that, this track is just shows like the basic movement for the most part. Lots of wall drifting here to keep your speed as high as possible. But yeah, I'm coming up on time here. Just when I cross the finish line. And that's time. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. That looks like my stream is still a little behind, but it looks like a high 14. Which is alright.
38, yeah. 14:38.
Yeah, still sub estimate. This is my worst marathon time, I gotta admit, but I had really bad luck and I also forgot to change the weather, so I guess this is alright.
Happened.
Yeah.
Still underestimate.
Underestimates, all good, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good lesson to like anyone, that you just assume the worst happens, because Nim did, and there you go, still underestimate. Better to be ahead than behind, right?
Yeah, I mean, my first couple of marathon runs of this category, I had an estimate of 18 minutes, because I thought the worst would be much worse. But I never got over 15 minutes so far, so I just put the estimate down to 15 minutes now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you also enjoy the rest of the marathon. Next up we get Diddy Kong Racing, so definitely check that out.
Yep. More racing games.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, as usual, thanks for running, and last word is yours.
I just set them. Thanks for having me. Yeah, see ya.
Alright, everybody. We are going to meet some other. I'm George. I'm quickly restreaming from Source PC via TeamViewer, so this took a little bit while to set up. We are going to very quickly. I need to make myself way louder. There you go. Y'all need to hear me. We're going to very quickly cut the restream. there appears to be some internet issues, so we are for this one run going down to 30 FPS. Doesn't matter because the next game is on N64, so it will be it doesn't matter quality wise. We'll be back on 60 FPS and on normal bitrate and everything after this run. So I do apologize for the lots of stream cuts, but no, tech issues happen. But stream will go down, refresh, and we'll be back.